Barcelona woke this week to a new kind of hush, not the low, confident silence of a team comfortable with itself, but a nervous, watchful quiet born of genuine concern. At the centre of it sits Gavi, the 21-year-old spark, who has become both a symbol and a motor for this Barcelona side, now hobbling at the edge of a decision that could reshape the opening months of the season. He left training after suffering discomfort in the same right knee that required reconstruction last year. What began as a scare has stubbornly refused to settle, and the club that hoped it would pass now faces a choice between patience and a small operation. Medical staff have tried conservative measures to ease the pain, but sources inside the club say those attempts have not delivered the progress everyone hoped for, and that an arthroscopic procedure to clean the joint is under real consideration. A minimally invasive fix that, if performed, would likely keep him out for just over a month. That timeline, a month away from action, carries weighty consequences. Reports point to a sequence of fixtures that would fall victim to his absence. La Liga opponents that demand control in midfield, and Champions League dates that arrive with little mercy. If Barcelona proceed with the operation, the practical forecast is clear. Gavi would miss a block of league games and at least a couple of European nights, with his return tentatively penciled in for the mid-October clash against Gaina after the international break. For a team still knitting its identity under Hansi Flick, losing a player who sits at the heart of both tempo and tenacity is not purely tactical, it is tonal. Hansi Flick's public line has been cautious optimism, a coach unwilling to dramatise medical nuance or to promise timelines he cannot guarantee. But inside the club, the mood is more urgent. An arthroscopy is not an ACL overhaul. It is relatively quick to recover from and often restorative, but its timing matters. A month on the sidelines removes immediate options from Flick's tactical board. The instinctive combative pressing and the link play Gavi provides will have to be recreated by others or compensated for by a change in formation. That could mean leaning more on Pedri's control, adjusting Frenkie de Jong's positioning, or even inviting a more conservative midfield structure to shield a defence that will feel the ripple effects. The challenge is not only who replaces minutes, but how the team keeps its identity while those minutes are covered. For supporters, the story reads in emotional strokes. The worry of watching a homegrown talent through another medical crossroads, the fragility of momentum, the fear that a season's arc can be nudged by a tiny clinical decision. Social channels have already filled with reaction, concern, measured optimisms about the minor nature of an arthroscopy and the inevitable calls for caution. The club's medical team must balance the long game against the immediate fixture list, because the wrong call now can linger. The right call can restore a player to full strength and prolong a career. That trade-off is at the very heart of this moment. So what should viewers and fans watch for next? First, the club's official medical updates and any announcement about surgery or continued conservative management. Second, the team sheets for the immediate slate of games, which will reveal how Flick elects to plug the hole. And third, the briefings around the international break, the period that marks the likely boundary between absence and return. If Gavi undergoes a quick arthroscopy and recovers on schedule, Barcelona may well regain him in time for a crucial October run. If the discomfort persists and surgery is deferred, the timeline could stretch in ways that complicate tactical planning. Either way, this is a test of patience, medical judgment and squad depth, and the outcome will ripple through the club's opening narrative this season. In the end, the simplest truth is also the hardest. One player's knee can tilt a club's horizon. For Gavi, it is a personal crossroads, another chapter in a young career already tempered by recovery. And for Barcelona, it is an early exam, a moment to show whether systems and strategy can absorb the shock of absence. The coming days of scans, second opinions and decisions will tell us whether this is a brief pause, a surgical interlude, or a deeper problem. Until then, the Camp Nou conversation will be equal parts hope and caution, as a city and a club hold their breath and watch to see how quickly their midfield heartbeat can start to drum again.